We're gonna start it up. Marines in their control. Quaxy possessing them right now, but the aliens are down here in cargo. Vetus doing a very powerful 5-man going to Nano. Gonna split off, do some work. You don't know what they're gonna do yet, but we see the Marines doing a 2-3 split, and see what happens.
Yes, nothing unusual quite here yet. Actually, I mean, maybe spoke a little bit too soon. We've got 2 Gorges sitting up here in Nano. Typically, you only see 1. Really want to make sure that they hold this for any sort of rushing coming from Quaxy. So, I mean, it's really a normal thing now to go for the res right away if you have cargo as aliens. But two Gorges is not something you always see.
That means they're going to have a lot of Hydras in there if they all dump all the res on it. But it looks like, let's see, one of them didn't drop all the res on it. Maybe they're going for some kind of weird gorge tunnel in there to help reinforce it. I don't know. But with all of those Hydras from both gorges, if they drop them all, it's going to be a secure little room right there. But we have a 3 pressure man going right into cargo.
Right, they took a drifter on their way and already going for eggs. 2 eggs only, or 3 eggs left now. Going to be on 2.
Update in the north, Calm just died. So this is actually a really mixed up play right here. We have a Calm down in the spawn, and we have this 3-man pressure going down in cargo. What's going to happen here? It could go either way. They're not going to get the harvester. The aliens are streaming in. Mopped up.
And I think the important part of the win there for the aliens was that the Calm had to get out to defend the obs and died doing so.
He died.
And so that allowed there to be no meds there for that fight for the aliens. And then the Marines were just taken out pretty easily. The eggs were taken down, but they didn't do like really enough damage to quantify that being a good push. They took a drifter, but that was just kind of it just happened to be in their way.
Yeah, the whole problem with that push is it just kind of fizzled out because the Calm died, and they went for eggs when everybody was alive. Unless they started killing a whole bunch of them at that fight there, then it would have been a great play. But if you're going to go for eggs first, you need to make sure that some are dead. Otherwise, you're just going to kill eggs. They're going to come in. You're going to be reloading. And it's going to be painful.
So we've got a hive dropped over here in pipeline. Aliens decided to go for that instead of messing around at all with Subsector. I think that's probably the smarter choice because Subsector is pretty easy to pressure for the Marine side. And you know, Pipe's only really got 1 entrance through C12, unless you go through Dome. And that's going to be just a lot easier for them to hold.
Right now, it's a pretty interesting game because you usually don't see hives dropped at the 2-minute 30 mark. That was a pretty quick drop, and they have 2 gorges over here building it up really fast. So we could see something fancy coming out of this. I'm not sure what they're going for, but whatever it is going to be pretty cool because they're sitting pretty with 3 harvesters up. And there's a 3-man pressure team near pipeline. They might scout this hive up. We'll
interesting to note is because of that hive, they went for no early upgrade. Taking 3 more Hydras here, moving them over to pipeline. And the Marines, again, pushing straight into cargo. They probably don't think there's actually a hive there. Probably think it's just, you know, more harvesters, anything, but they saw no sys chain. So they're going to go ahead and push. They're going to find no upgrade. And they're just walking their way back out into Y, kind of unsure of what their plan here of attack is.
Now, I gotta hand it to Vetus right here. They are doing something that I've never really seen before in terms of gameplay. Like, that gorge in Pipeline, the second gorge was actually another fresh gorge, so they didn't move any Hydras out of Nanogrid.
Oh, you're correct. It was another one, wasn't it?
So they've spent 30 P-Res, spread out over many people, on gorges, and they have a really defensive play right here. Because not only do they have 6 Hydras over there in Nanogrid, they got 3 more in Pipeline, so this place is looking like a pretty interesting game to be afoot.
So phase gate going on over here in system waypointing. Once that's up, I imagine we'll see the Marines try and push into Nano and take that. And the aliens are going to be kind of in a rough bind if they take that out because they are just now getting a Crag Hive. Still no Shell or Carapace on the way. And if they take that down, it's going to be kind of hard to ever get that up.
Look at all these Hydras in this Nanogrid right here. The Marines are not having an easy time dealing with that many Hydras.
So Lurk coming up to save the day there. Got a Gorge back in there to heal up the Hydras, doing the best he can. This chain's still cut over from Y Junction into Nano. And kind of like, I wonder if you want to get the Extractor first in Pipeline, or do you want to get Carapace going as soon as possible? And it looks like they probably Unless I missed it. They spent some resources somewhere, but it wasn't...
Yeah, it looks like the upgrade is behind the Hive and Cargo. So they're going for Carapace.
Oh, I see it there. Yes. Yeah, so they're choosing to... Oh, and they get the Harvester as well, so... And the Gorge is going to go down there and system waypointing. And I got 3 Marines. I mean, they're not going to have the easiest time pushing into narrow grid here with all those Hydras and the Lurk.
Yeah, this is a really
and we've already got a fade up.
A fade.
We've got a fade up
at the 5-minute mark.
That is insane how fast they got that fade up.
And that was before Carapace too. So they have got some kind of new strategy going on right here on the big stream. That's crazy. So they went hyper defense with Nano, then they got another Gorge and Pipeline, and then they had so much money with all these RTs that they went straight for a fade egg at the 5-minute mark. This is awesome, spectacular. I wouldn't have predicted this.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. So they're banking on Marines not having, you know, any upgrades early, so they're going to rely on not worrying about Carapace straight off the bat and just kind of getting into a much faster mid game.
Look at this, like this Lurk. Usually you can't stay in Nano, but with all of these Hydras in here, he can actually fall back into Nano, let the Hydras help him out with all the fights, and they can't push him so easily because the chip of the Hydras and the Lurk spikes is just so effective.
Yeah, so shotguns up on the way now because I'm guessing the fade on the field really prompted them to start those shotguns. It's going to be close here in C12 whether Kasase can save this RT. It's going to come down to him and SDI saving it. Sadisti. But it's going to be clearly shut down with Mafu.
A lot, and I've noticed that. But the Marines actually are not doing too bad at this point. I mean, they might lose a few RTs, but they had 6 Harvesters pumping the money out. They're already started on Weapons 2 down here. Shotguns finished, Armor 1 finished, Phase Gates and Mines and Welders. They're not in a bad position. It's just these aliens are playing super aggressive with their res early on, so they have fades up. But these Marines are definitely in not a position to, you know, count them out. They had so much money coming in on the early game. We can take a little look at the resource towers here. Their res was up at the 300 mark, while the aliens are down at 220 something.
Now, kind of an interesting thing here is they went for the fade egg drop, but they gave it to the person with the highest or second highest amount of res. I figured they would have given it to at least one of the people that went Gorge to allow Mafu to go P-res once he gets to 50. Because now they're going to be kind of limited on the number of fades they can have unless they do more T-res dropping, which are going to be kind of difficult to do now that they've lost Nano.
Yeah, it was a super powerful open, but if these Marines can start capitalizing on it, like they just took out Nanogrid, if they can claim Nanogrid, then it'll easily start carrying them back into a more favorable position. Well, it'll give them the lead, because they never were behind. It's just now they might be able to take the lead with that. There's that gate being dropped right there. Can't be contested while there's 3 Marines in there, so probably going to go up.
And then Mafu in base, trying to take down the Obs. Interesting place to see a fade, taking a big hit there. That phase gate's getting really low. It's gonna go down. It's down. So
I just don't think they need it right now because they took Nano at the end of it. They're gonna want to get it back eventually, but as long as they can get the money up, like Weapons 2 just finishing, I would think that the aliens' next form of play right here will probably be to deny Subsector because they had so much money. They got all their upgrades up that they really wanted to start right here. You're probably gonna want to think about taking it to the late game spot and stop the jetpacks from coming up. Because they just don't have the stopping power to end up sealing the game right now.
And that Obs never got welded, so there, it's going to go down.
That's painful. Especially with only 3 RTs.
Mafu needs to get out, though. He's not going to be able to do much damage here. He needs to just recognize that. He already got the Obs. Just get out before he gets fragged. Does an excellent job there. And now we can't replace this phase gate at all. And, oh my god, we got Stisty and Punpu? I can't say these names here. Punpu. Moving in here. Kasase,
Watch yourself, Punpu. Oh, Kasase didn't catch that little pick right there. Oh,
Mafu again going for main base.
A third hive drop. Ono's factory getting planned out. Got the blueprints on the field. Blocking that second CC, which would be probably the safest play that the Marines could do right now because they're not in the position to end the game. What the Marines need to do here is kill at least one of these high life forms to really propel themselves out. But look at this.
And they're going to get this hive, though. And the reason that I think the reason it got scouted so much, I'm not sure if they actually knew about the hive. I mean, it'd be interesting to see to ask them later if they knew about the hive. But the extractor there was already down, so they probably maybe went to be recap or establish another phase gate in subsector and just kind of brought them over there. Kind of a waste of resource, like I said, because they need those T-res fade drops. So I mean, like I said before, if Mafu had not gotten the fade drop and had gone to someone else, regardless of him being a good fade or not, now they would have an extra fade on the field.
I'm guessing that the plan with Mafu is to get him to Onos, but it's always a risky gamble because...
Oh, there he goes down! He went down over there at system waypoint, going right into the shotguns over there.
Well, that's a big blow, because what happened earlier is 3 people went Gorge and dropped Hydras. So it was a hyper-defensive start. It looks like we had a Fade Egg somewhere on the field. Mafu going P-Res Fade, so that knocks out the Onos idea. And it looks like they're probably going to be going for continuing to deny sub, is my guess here.
Traps moving down there is a fade, check it out. Hive dropped again. Really curious to see this happen, because I feel like they're just throwing this away, because it's going to be really difficult for them to defend that at all with just one fade. Marines are already 2-2 with shotguns. Oh, but this could easily turn into a fade gate here. The phase gate back in the corner, nano grade, and we already got 3 aliens on there. 2 fades and
no
a
way
scope, and that's going down.
That's going down.
But we got a phase gate going up over here in pipeline. It's already probably being heard by Punpu over here, but I'm not sure if he's actually going to be able to stop this. They got to build this because those fades are going to be on the way. He's just got a delay though.
Oh, big play coming right here. It's a 2v2 with the fade coming in on support.
Oh, look goes down. Mafu getting a big hit. Wow. And that phase gate's going to go up.
So we just traded a phase gate nano for a phase gate in the neck, which is going to be a hyper aggressive play. I'm not sure if they're going to go for hive or what. They are finishing subsector hive, so I'm guessing that play right there. But look at this, 2 Marines coming in.
Yeah, we got 2 Marines already coming down.
Oh my gosh.
We got traps down here, but I mean, the only thing left for them over there is the Gorge already taking a big hit, and he's not going to be able to stay in.
5% health. Gorge just go over there to help him out. But at the meantime, we also have a 3-man push going on in pipeline right here. There's 1 fade. That's all we have defending this. And Punpu Lurk coming in to try to help out.
Oh, taking a big hit! Oh, he goes down!
Goes down! It's just the Lurk here and the Skulk coming in through the vent. I don't know which way this fight's gonna go, but these Marines all have shotguns right here. They're a force to be reckoned with. And in subsector, there's still so much action going on right now. I'm not sure which to focus on.
I'm trying to keep an eye on both here.
Oh,
he needs to get that shotgun. He needs to pick up the shotgun. Needs more health kit. Oh, should have picked up the shot over there. So we just have this push now going over here in the neck. So the hive is already at 70% done in subsector. I didn't think it would get this far done, but they managed to defend it, and now all they've got left is this big push from the neck into pipe. This needs to happen.
It's a small push. This is a 4-man, 5-man.
This is the whole team.
This is huge. They only have 1 harvester right now too, and that's over there in cargo. So even if they are going for Ono's sake, it's got 1 RT to go up. The shotguns are in here. Lead's flying. Punpu's trying.
And back in base, we've got traps on the odds.
Help. Where's the fade? Where's the fade? The fade is at main. Oh no. Oh my goodness. What is going to happen here? There's so many shotguns. There's so many bullets. Punpu, you have to hold out. You have to hold out. You need Skulk friends.
High's at 61% and falling. Need more reinforcement. We got someone else coming. Got Patoken coming over here to help out. We got 4 guys out here in the base. Hive at 34% and going to be dropping quickly here. And I just don't see the aliens in position to be able to defend this. But luckily, behind the subsector has built, so they still are on 2 hives.
Oh, Hive is down. Punpu's left over there defending myself. Takes a big meat shot, being forced to retreat. Wow, what a game. They just traded pipeline for subsector over there. It just finished. They're sitting on 1 extractor. 3 are dropped and building. Wow, what a turnaround right here. These Marines have thrown themselves way back into this game here. If they could just slow down and reestablish, kill a fade or 2.
Oh, another big hit.
A big hit. Traps getting hit hard.
And gotta get out of there.
Woo!
So it looks like Marines are probably going to be able to take C12 and pipeline here, get some res back for them. Moving over to Topo to try and get some res established. Aliens now on 2, but going on 5 harvesters. And I imagine that they'll likely lose C12 here. I can't imagine they'll stay up much longer. They're kind of at like a weird, I wouldn't say stalemate, but I mean, we've basically just swapped sides. We have the same situation that we had set up a few minutes ago, but instead of pipe, we have subsector for aliens. And the Marines are a little bit less than they should have, but they'll be sending it up quickly.
Yeah, I think because there's so many RTs right now, it's just slightly tilted in the aliens' favor. And we should take a look at that graph thing. We got to see how this thing looks on the field. Look at this. Kills going back and forth. Look at the team kill graph. It's just neck and neck and neck and neck. And then a little bit of wins here, a little bit of wins there.
Yeah, this is a very close game so far. Marines really do need to get some more extractors established, though, because they've only on one. Topo not quite finished, and, I mean, they're only at 10 rests. So their tech's going to be delayed yet for another couple minutes here, and Patoken's going to be taken out here, no problem, by Traps and Punpu. So they're going to lose that extractor, and the aliens, all they got to really do here is just make sure that they keep hitting extractors, delaying Marines, and I think, yep, there you go, the extractor being recycled. Aliens getting pushed out of Marines start, but I mean, really, the Marines are in a tough position right now.
The only thing that I mean, they're not too bad because their ups are 2-2, which is a nice place to be. They just, like you said, they got to get a little bit more money coming in. Even with 3 extractors or 4, you know, they should be all right because they have pipeline semi-held right now. If they can try to get that chair back up, maybe go for some AA more, maybe more upgrades. They're in the position to do all right. Look at Punpu and
he's trapped in there. They know it. He's gonna trap him.
Oh,
come on! Oh, he lets him through.
Reboot.
Oh my gosh! And the phase gate's getting hit from both sides here. Kasase is gonna come back and try and hit the fade and the skull off of there.
Kill right here. If he can just manage to get the hits right here, Traps
skull goes down.
Where you usually don't want to be.
Oh my gosh! Oh, he took such a big hit.
Mafu trying to help him out, managing to escort that second fave right out of the room. Beautiful teamwork right there.
Whew. That was really close on the Traps fade there. I mean, just a little bit more of a hit there. Myers moving down the left side, trying to do a little bit of damage here, recognizing that they need to get some sort of offensive footing here to try and pull the aliens back off of their extractors. Loses the engagement there, but I think the principle there is really great to make sure that they're staying on top of that game instead of just being completely defensive.
Punpu over here, getting a little bit of a dangerous position. Traps making a danger dive right here in C12, taking a kind of a half health hit. Gotta be careful with those kind of setups.
Some great evasion though. You know, Soul getting taken over here, Consuelo getting taken out in the vent, and then the Marines. I mean, they've gotten their res back up. They're going to be on 5 here, 5 extractors. This is where they want to be at the moment. They gotta get some way to take down Overlook, or I mean, they gotta get Nano down. Alien's just on 2 minutes res at the moment. Another Lurk down, doing a good job of taking out these life forms. Mafu hiding.
Beautiful.
Oh, Traps taking a little bit of hit. Mafu by himself.
Right, flying by the phase gate. Reboot coming out, trying to flag. Sadisti sitting on there. Plastic and Kasisi coming in, getting some shots off, clearing that gate.
And Overlook goes down to Myers and Patoken.
Anybody's battle. The money's back up. Overlook phase gate, pressure gate.
This is a really great phase gate because this is going to allow them to hold pipe and C12, which will give some res. And this is going to be a good offensive push-off point for them to pull the aliens back. We got 2 fades here.
Where's a nano ship? Maybe a nano.
Oh, they got taken down. The chair was not finished in time, so they couldn't nano them. I do think, though, a nano would have been key there. Just a good hit from a shotgun would have been, you know, enough to push a fade off, and maybe they could have won that engagement. But doing a great job there, Mafu and I think that was Traps, just making sure they avoided shots and took them down really quickly. So staying on top of the Marine extractors, topographical goes down. Even have Mafu the fade over on Skylights, making sure that they're keeping the res low for Marines, or at least as low as possible. It looks like with the power drop in East Junction, we might see another phase gate here. I mean, it's less than ideal. I mean, Overlook probably would have been better, but East allows them to have kind of a backup. And we got in base.
It's gonna go down. They just wasted a beacon on that. 2 fades in main. Mafu already at half health, but nobody's near the phase gate to try to get back into main. So these Marines
Commander probably needs to jump out with this next spawn. Needs to time when he gets jumped.
Just make the play. There they go. 1 through the phase gate. Skulk is all that's left in main. IP is low.
Oof.
But it's like they just managed to recover all of that.
That was actually a really good hold there. I mean, losing the obs was kind of a big deal because that's 15 res down the drain.
Well, it wasn't just the obs. The beacon.
They lost the beacon
was,
too, right?
25 res lost. So big, good play right there.
All right, so aliens still coming back again. Punpu and Mafu moving in. Ob's still not up yet. Patoken the only one here to defend. He gets taken down, and we're still back in the situation where we were just a moment ago.
Come right through the gate. I wonder if they're going to be able to get these fades off. Oh, but he's got a shot. He's got to be really careful.
He gets a good hit.
Mafu going down to half health. Is he gonna
He could
get
get
out?
trapped here.
He's got to move. He's got to move.
But he's gonna run into Myers.
Run into Myers.
Oh, and he goes back away.
He's been.
He's getting.
Myers, make the shot.
Oh my gosh!
Wait a minute.
Oh
East Junction.
Kasese
There's
got
one
me
more
here.
man. He's
Come on,
ready
Kasese.
for it.
Oh, he misses the shot. Oh, he gets it.
He got
Yes.
the shot. C12 fade now.
Nice.
He's got a shotgun on his flank. Oh, but he's making some nice hits. Shotgun missed his big shot. Looks like he's gonna get away. Woo! He's going everywhere.
I can't believe another fade went down there. Oh my gosh! So, all right. So the power's up now at East Junction. We got three of the Quaxy guys waiting here, trying to get something established. They've been getting pulled back every time they move out, though, because there's 2 fades. But now I've only got the 1 fade able to hit base. It's not going to be enough to pull them all back. Got 46 res, though. I mean, we got something going on here. Just got to figure out what Marines are planning on doing with those resources.
I'm thinking that.
The OBS is still not finished. That's what it is. OBS is still on a built-in base. It's only 75%.
Oh, but look at this. 2 Marines are in nanogrid. They can't beacon back. We don't have anybody quite near the gate, except one just comes through. Does he have a shotgun? Punt, getting in there, getting aggressive, aggroing up. But Conan trying to pinch off the escape route, not getting it. Meanwhile, nanogrid, Myers, and Kasese.
Oh, good hit!
Taking out nanogrid. Meanwhile, in neck, we got something else going on over there. Traps the fade, making a single feed gate with 1 fade. 1 man.
And they're gonna come through. Big hit. Oh, he gets low. Oh my gosh! And the chair is gonna go down here in pipeline. Choosing to do that instead of the phase. I think if all 3 of them had been on the phase gate, they would have been a whole little bit easier. Phase gate now being dropped in East Junction. Now the OBS is down, and they're gonna be able to get a push-off point here, possibly take Nano from that spot.
Position, got no energy left. Looks like the Skulk helps him get out. Sadisty giving a nice assist to his fade friend. And
that IP never got welded, so it went down to Pumpu coming back into the base. A lot of fade harassment here in the main base from Vetus. That's not something you normally see. You don't normally see fades popping in to harass the base that often. So it's some interesting gameplay here from them. Another fade moving over to take over the phase gate in the neck. East Junction getting harassed by another single Skulk. I think he's going to be able to go down here, and Trap's going to be alone now against that 1 phase gate, and I think that's going to be too difficult for him to hold. But with another Skulk coming in here, it might be possible for him to hold that.
Oh, but these Marines are too single filing going in there. Oh, it's just not a gate that you can hold by yourself just like that. They have to try to get these Marines to phase out and get in there now.
Oh, a big hit on Traps!
Big hit!
Oh, another clip! And see it just in time.
Again, Traps has been getting out of all these fights with such a lucky escape route that nobody's able to just make that small shot that would turn the tide right there.
And now Mafu on the other gate here with RJ the Gorge. But Mafu's gonna get out, and there's no way RJ is surviving that. Gonna go down, absolutely. They need to get a welder on this gate in East Junction, though. They actually probably should weld up the neck just to make sure that they don't go down to any sort of quick harass. But C12 is gone. We don't have skylights. I assume the aliens are going to be taking it soon because they've assisted over there. And we're on 3 fades now. And that gate is probably going to go down in the neck.
Not only fades, Unto the fade is at 80 res, so at some point he's going to elect to go Onos. Maybe with Sadisty too. Maybe Sadisty's going to be the Onos.
Oh, and Traps goes down.
Traps the fade has been getting away.
Oh my gosh.
Shut down by a big blast.
And that phase gate's so low in East Junction that's got to be welded. Punpu coming in to do what he can, but it's going to be a little bit difficult versus 2 Marines with shotguns.
I don't know. I'm waiting to see if Punpu's willing to sack his fade for a double Onos play. Sadisty's at 1 res from hitting it up. So the big battle is going to be, that gets off of this stalemate slugfest of a game is going to be what are they going to do with the Onos. 3rd hive dropped over there in pipeline.
He dropped it right in their face in pipeline. Oh my gosh!
What a throwaway.
I gotta imagine this is some sort of distraction.
Yeah, there's no way that you expect to hold it, but just to keep those Marines down there in pipeline is such a far-fetching plan, especially because they just killed the East Junction phase gate 2. Marines only have to deal with so much right now. And the Biobomb Gorge is hitting main while the gate in neck is under attack.
Quick response by Plastic, though, pushing him out of there. But you gotta be careful, because, if there's a Gorge that goes unattended for a few seconds in your base, he can do such incredible damage with Biobomb. And Quaxy's gonna go ahead and call it a game. Once they lost that 2nd phase gate there, and, I think that was really it, because they got too defensive now with that neck.
They also knew, once the CC went down, their plan was probably to try to get that back up, or try to get higher ups, because they know there's an Onos around the corner somewhere. It's gonna happen, and they probably figured, they see the Onos coming out. It's just that one play right there with the lost gate and then the lost CC really set them so far back, and they just couldn't manage to get enough frags to bring them back into it.
I think maybe Quaxy GG'd that a little bit too early. I mean, they were way on the back foot. but I think if they were already on 3-2. I think if they could have maybe established that phase gate back or tried somehow to get jets and push themselves back out. I mean, they were in a bad spot for sure, but I don't think that they were done. I think that if they played that out, there was a small chance that they could have made it through. So we're going to go ahead and switch here over to the other sides now. Vetus is going to be taking over as the Marines, and it's going to be up to Quaxy as aliens to try and tie the game up here.
Wow. So those kind of games you don't run into very much, even in our own experience. Like those kind of slugfest where everybody, somebody dies here, fade down every 3 minutes. That's not something that happens often. These teams are clearly evenly matched. It looks like on that whole game. Going into pipeline, manning up on it, knowing that subs dropped. It's building, but it's like we don't care. We're going for neck. 5-man shotgun push. Walk into there, firing lead walls of bullets. The lurks getting vaporized, popping in the air. Then all the life forms, I think a fade went down in that fight too. I don't know.
It was crazy. The whole game was crazy.
Heavy hitting slugfest. It's kind of like a Rocky Balboa movie or something. It was heavy duty.